Bingo, bongo, bango. Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here with All For Lose My Brain, Buried in Ghost Jobs. Today I'm going to talk about and take another stab at ghost jobs, something that's frustrating a lot of job seekers around the world and in this country, the United States of America. So what I did is I went onto TikTok and I took a look at some other creators' experience with ghost jobs. Before I jump into the main topic at hand, I'm going to ask you to please punch the like button, the subscribe button, the easiest, simplest, and most free way to support this channel. It helps me a great deal, and if you do have the extra cashola in your pockets, please go to Patreon, support me on there, see behind-the-scenes videos, become a member here, and it'll be greatly appreciated. So let's jump right in here. First one I have is from a creator by the name of LST Promo. And LST Promo is talking about these ghost jobs here. So let's hear what he has to say.
I got fired from my second job because I wouldn't post a ghost job. So let me explain what I do for my second job, what I did for my second job. I was a hiring manager. I usually just post job listings sometimes on Indeed or other job listing websites for my company. I'm not going to explain what company that is because I can't do that. But I am going to talk about what I can talk about because I read through my NDA. I used to post ghost jobs, which are fake jobs to encourage our current employees to work harder. These jobs will be fake jobs, so you can apply for the listing, but not actually get hired. They're called ghost jobs.
So, for those of you that don't know, ghost jobs are these wonderful jobs out there. When you go on to Indeed and LinkedIn and Glassdoor and all these places, you apply to a job, and you never hear back from anyone. And you rarely, if ever, get a rejection notice. And I have experienced this now. I moved back to Cleveland over 10 years ago, and I've applied to thousands of jobs in the last 10 years. My wife, to be more recent, my wife got laid off a little over a year ago from her job, and she applied to hundreds of jobs on multiple platforms, and it took her 10 months to find a job, and her background is far better than mine when it comes to the job search. She's got a great record, a great history with her employees and her former bosses, and she couldn't figure it out. Nobody was responding to her job, and she's got just a phenomenal background and a work history. So these are jobs that people are applying to that you can't see, and this young man is saying that he was hired specifically to create ghost jobs, and it was done to inspire the employees to work harder because they're assuming that their employees are going to go online and see that their own job is being posted. And people might be like going, oh shit, my job's up on the job boards. They're going to get rid of me. I better work my ass off and do better.
Probably wondering, I applied for all these places. Why am I not getting callbacks? You might have applied for a ghost job, which isn't a real job. It's just put there to show that we're looking for new hires at higher rates to get our current employees to work harder, as an incentive to make them work harder, as opposed to increasing the base pay or the base rate. And I've made maybe 300 ghost job listings. I've made a lot. I've made so many. It's insane. And what messes me up is that they're still doing it.
Yeah, they're still doing it because, they're just basically padding their resume collection or trying to inspire or motivate current employees to work harder. Now, here's a guy today. He says, I was today years old when I found this out, but this guy just discovered ghost jobs.
I was today years old when I found this out. Did you know the job you're applying for might not actually exist? So recently there's been a rise of job postings on the internet called ghost jobs.
Yeah, these are mostly jobs that don't exist. They're not even real jobs. And I think this is a cruel and sadistic way to make people think that they're going to get a job. Especially, I think they're doing this, especially when Biden was in office, to make his administration look better. Like there's a whole bunch of jobs out there.
And what these are fake or outdated job postings that companies never
So this thing he put up says all about ghost jobs. 5 to 7% of the job listings that stay active for over a month can be ghost jobs. These positions are never meant to be filled and are mostly used to create a facade of growth. It is used to build a database of potential candidates for future hiring needs or roles that receive the least interest. See, that's from Money Control.
actually plan to hire for. And there was actually a survey with job employers on why they post fake job postings. This includes trying to keep current employees motivated, trying to give the impression that the company was growing, and just to collect an active pool of applicants in case of turnover. But luckily, there are a few tips you can do to avoid these ghost jobs.
Now, these are good points. I never thought of this. Because oftentimes you'll go on LinkedIn, you'll go on Indeed, and you'll see these jobs that have been posted for months or a month or two, and they've got hundreds of applicants. It'll tell you how many people applied. So watch this. This will show you how to avoid ghost jobs.
First thing you want to do is check when the job was posted, and if it's been a few months and has hundreds of applicants, then it's probably not a good sign. So if you're on a website like LinkedIn and you want to avoid that, you can search for the job title you want and the city. We're going to go with Miami. And now you want to click on all filters. And now you want the date posted in the past week. And if you scroll down, you want to check the box under 10 applicants. Another thing you can do is go to this website. You can view a list of companies that have had layoffs recently. So you can see Dell just laid off 6,000 people. That's probably not a good sign if you just saw a job posting from them.
Have any of you guys?
Yeah, that's a good idea because a lot of companies are laying off right now with the economy as bad as it is. So if Dell is laying off and they're also hiring at the same time, the two contradict each other. There's no way they'd be hiring during a layoff period. Now this guy, this is at the Realist Recruiter on TikTok, and he's really good too. Pay attention to what he has to say.
Guys applied for a job, not heard anything back, basically been ghosted. And then a week later, that same job is posted on Indeed or in LinkedIn. And then you keep seeing the same jobs reposted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see that a lot here in Cleveland with the TV stations. I had been applying for cameraman positions and for editor positions with Channel 5 WEWS and the NBC affiliate WKYC NBC3 here in town. And they keep posting the same positions over and over and over again. Either that or the turnover at these stations is so through the roof, they can't hold anybody. They can't keep anybody because it's such a horrible place to work.
Reposted. What is going on with this? Well, there is a strategy known as pipelining, which is basically where you put a job posting up, get applicants, get a ton of information for future candidates. And the idea is that when you actually need to hire for the position, instead of starting from scratch and having to find someone and having to put a new job posting on.
Well, this is a new one to me. If you guys
So pipelining is just basically where they're stacking. They're gathering resumes for future dates. So when they are going to be hiring, they get a whole bunch of resumes in the pipeline, so they don't have to go out and recruit. They're getting ready for a recruiting process, but it might not be for 6 months to a year down the road. This guy's talking about ghost jobs. This guy's pretty good too. This is at the Corporate Escape. He's on TikTok as well.
Ghost job postings. Apparently, it's when a company has a posting either LinkedIn, one of the job boards, but with no intent of actually filling that position. I was curious how big of a problem this actually was, and there was a study, I'll show the headline here, that 70% or just short of 70% of hiring managers admitted to having job postings open longer than actually when they were going to fill them. So ghost.
70% of hiring managers have admitted to posting ghost jobs. 70%. And that means that most of us are spinning our wheels. We're applying to nothing. We may as well just go outside and ask the gods to give us a job. It's just not going to happen.
Job posting, the title makes sense. I always thought that this was just because the companies were lazy or inefficient, didn't know when to take them down, may not be an active posting. But the fact is it's actually intentional because they gave you 3 reasons why they actually do this. The first one being open to new talent. Fine, they may stumble across somebody that's got better skills than what they already have.
So they want to keep the pipeline of new talent.
Pipeline fresh. Sort of understand that. 2, keeping current employees motivated. Just another tactic to try to keep people working harder if they think they're actively recruiting somebody for your position. And 3, giving the impression the company is growing.
A concerning trend.
So those people, though, would have to know. They'd have to go onto one of these job boards and see that their actual job is being posted. And if I saw that, I'd go to my boss and say, hey, why is my job posted on the job board? You know, what, are you getting rid of me? What the hell's going on? Yeah, and I think this is a big thing, especially during the Biden administration. I think corporations were inspired, to say the least, by the Biden administration to go out there and make it look like everybody's hiring, to make it look like the Biden administration was creating jobs. Now, this guy is awesome. This is at Greg Lang Staff. I believe he runs a staffing company. This is his channel on TikTok. And this is titled Concerning Trend for Job Seekers.
Emerging in the job market. It is tied to something called ghost job postings. According to this Forbes study, 9.6 million jobs were posted in September 2023 in the US, and only 2% of them were filled by October 2023. This means that in a shocking number of instances, when we apply to a job, we are completely...
Exactly. It's just what I said. You may as well go outside in the front yard and talk to the maple trees and ask them for a job. Because you just, oops, I just broke wind. You just may as well go out front and, talk to the maple trees. I can go out there and talk to my maple trees and say, hey, can I have a job, please? And this is a quote from Forbes. It's selfish, and I would think it's immoral and unethical, but apparently it's not. It's legal, and you're giving people false hope. You think people are out there struggling, they're hurting, they're trying to find a job to keep the roof over their head. This is sadistic. This is cruel and sadistic, and this is just what I've said about corporate America. They don't give a shit about you. They do not care about you if you have a job or if you have a roof over your head. Their main goal is to make money and to make sure the CEO and the president and the owners have enough money in the bank to put gas in their yacht and put a leather mistress up in a mansion on a tropical island somewhere.
Wasting our time. Forbes went on to state that 50% of hiring managers are posting these jobs to create an active talent pool for if they ever do need to hire, which in my opinion is extremely selfish. Other people are posting jobs when they're not hiring to give the illusion that their company is growing, which is extremely immoral. And a lot of people are doing the employer equivalent of casual job searching.
Like they're going to listen to this guy. Corporations are evil. Corporations do not care about you. They don't care what this schmuck has to say. They don't care. They're cold, heartless, bloodthirsty monsters. That's not an exaggeration. These companies are out to make a profit. They don't care if you have a job. They don't care that they're misleading people. They do not care. They don't care. They don't care. So this lady explains it in even more detail. And this is just what I say. I mean, this isn't just call centers, people. I mean, it doesn't matter the job. And, I can go on and on. I've seen what my wife has gone through at her jobs. I've seen what other people have gone through at their jobs in the corporate world. I know what I've experienced. It's all dark, maniacal, bloodthirsty, money-hungry people that just get people in the door, get them, sit them at a desk, try to hopefully they give them the bare bones minimum amount of training and hope they stay and can go on with them. And if not, they put up, they're always looking for some way to refill that position for a lower hourly rate. Oh, this is at the job applicant perspective on TikTok. This is the job applicant perspective is the name of her channel. I believe she's a recruiter. So she talks about how ghost jobs are profitable. And now listen to this. This is crazy.
Why are ghost jobs still in the market? Because they're immensely profitable. Hi, my name is Sarah Trumbull. I am the founder and CEO of the Job Applicant Perspective, and I also write for the Pink Hunting Journal. I'm fascinated by the evolution of talent acquisition and how it plays out in the market these days. So to understand why ghost jobs are profitable, you need to think about where they live. They live on job platforms. How do job platforms make money? Let's take Indeed, for example.
Okay, so if you're an employer, you have to pay to be on their website. So if you're Procter & Gamble or whoever, you have to pay Indeed to be a member, number one, as an employer. So Indeed is making all their money from these jobs. And I think they pay per job that they post. So Indeed is pulling in tons of cash for these companies that are posting jobs.
Several different pay models. A lot of them are pay to post. Whether an employer pays them to post or the ghost job person pays them to post, the scammer pays them to post. The scammer pays them to post, they make money. The employer pays them to post, they make money. They make money either way. Think about another way. Indeed makes money from sponsoring posts. People sponsoring posts. The more ghost jobs that exist on their platform, the more actual employers will be required to sponsor posts because their jobs won't be seen amongst all the noise of the ghost jobs in the market. Furthermore, think about the pay-per-click action there.
Yeah, the pay-per-click thing is huge because think of how many thousands of us click on a job that we apply to that we never hear back from. Indeed is making money hand over fist on the pay-per-click because you're charging the employer for every click. Like just like when you advertise on Google or Google Ads or whatever it used to be called, you can do the pay-per-click campaign and you do this pay-per-click hoping you'll get some business. I used to do this with my business and I was paying it just out the butt for these clicks.
A lot of times Indeed also gets paid per click on the job there. And whether or not a job seeker clicks on a ghost job or a job seeker clicks on a real job, Indeed still makes money. There are zero reasons why.
So Indeed is making so much money off of this. They're not going to stop this, and no one's going to stop it. I mean, we're at the mercy of these corporations, and like I said, they don't care that we're happy or healthy or have health benefits or we can keep a roof over our head. That's more than apparent. If they cared about us as American citizens, and this isn't just in America, but here in America, they wouldn't be shipping our jobs off to other countries, but they're doing it all the time.
Indeed would take them down. Furthermore, think about the other side of that too. Ghost jobs, how do they function in the market? They function as just like a cat video or a baby video. They're clickbait, but there are very specific types of clickbait. Because think about how the market works. There's two stakeholder market. When you get on Facebook, the clickbait is obvious to everybody because everybody's engaging with Facebook the same way. Everybody's engaging with Instagram basically the same way. We're all engaging with it as you.
So this is a little bit of humor here to end the video. And this is what I find very funny about filling out a job application. So you go online and you submit your resume. And I've always thought this as long as I've been applying to jobs as far back as I can remember. I mean, at least when I got out of college. You've got all of your pertinent information on the resume. Your name, your address, your email address, your website, where you've worked, the address of where you worked, the whole 9 yards. Then you walk in and they say, well, could you fill out this application and fill out the exact same information that's on my resume? Why? Why do they want this stuff? It's duplicate. It's duplicate work. It's almost like the PSYOPs thing to just mess with you. This is, again, at The Realist Recruiter. This is his TikTok page.
Users.
Hi, I'm here to apply to that job that you've had posted for the last 4 months. Great. Could you send us your resume? We'd like to see if you're a fit for the position. All right, here you go. Here's my resume. Let me know what you think. And you know what? I even threw in a cover letter because I am so excited about this opportunity. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, I've done that too. I've written resumes. I've written cover letters. And I think, boy, maybe I'll rise to the top because I've got a cover letter. And lately I've just been letting ChatGPT write the cover letter. And nothing ever happens.
Thank you for your resume and thank you for the cover letter that we will never read. Can you please fill out this application with the exact same information that you have on your resume? It will really help us. Sure, I can fill out this application. Oh man, it's on Workday. All right, I'll do it still, even if it takes 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, and you sit there and you fill out the exact same information that's already in your resume. And it takes 45 minutes to an hour to just regurgitate everything. And I wish someone would explain this to all of us why we've got to do this ridiculous.
Still fill it out because I really want this job. Thanks so much for submitting your application. We will be back in touch with you as quickly as possible. Great. Thanks so much. I will be checking my email every single day. And
that's what you do. You jump onto Yahoo Mail or Gmail and you're like, oh, I wonder if they got my resume. I wonder if they want me. I wonder if they want to interview me. And you never hear back.
Till I hear back from you guys. At this time, we have decided to pursue
4 months later. Yeah. Yeah, if you're lucky enough to get a rejection letter or a rejection letter email, you'll get it 4 months later, and it's probably just a bot spitting it out at you.
Other people for this position. We will keep your application on file for future opportunities. Thank you for wanting to work with us. Wait, really? I just saw this job posting up again. Are you sure that I'm not a fit for it? I went through every single qualification and I meet all of them. We're really sorry at this time we cannot receive emails to this email address. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, and you try to respond to that email, and it's always comes from a server or an email platform that doesn't allow responses. So ghost jobs are an epidemic proportion right now, and I think it's just a dark, insidious, and cruel way to mess with people. And this is just to the benefit of the corporations and the job platforms. This does not help us in any way. It doesn't get us jobs. It keeps us from getting jobs, and it torments job searchers or job seekers. People are looking for jobs. It torments us. It torments me. I didn't know about these ghost jobs until a year ago. I'd never heard of a ghost job. And it only makes sense. There's no way companies have all of these, jobs open and they never fill the job. You're trying to tell me that you see some of these jobs have 1,000 applicants, and you're trying to tell me they reposted a week later and they never found anybody in the original bank of job applicants. So that's job applicants and ghost jobs. So guys, let me know what your experience has been with ghost jobs, what you think of it, and how it has affected your job search. And give me the thumbs up if you like this video. Punch the subscribe button. And I appreciate each and every one of you watching. And I'm going to bid you all adieu. Hasta la vista, baby.